Hey everybody, welcome back to Ideally Though.
Ideally, though.
If you're just joining us, I'm your host Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butter biscuit.
Yeah, what up?
You guys are at our 100th episode. I'm so excited.
Yay! Ugh,
Okay, clapping it up.
not a good high five. You gotta
I
work
give
on
my
that.
high fives how I want to give my high fives. But yes, you guys, thank you guys for rocking with us. We made it to 100th episode.
Yes.
I'm super excited.
How's it feel?
It was a long road.
A lot
It's
of
been a long road.
learning.
A lot of learning. Sometimes when you look at other podcasters, you're like, this looks easy. All you're doing is sitting down and talking to people and your opinions about things. And it's like a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah, it's hard to do this weekly, let alone, you know what I mean? In
Yeah.
general, just doing it, but then you gotta be like, oh, I've gotta talk to these people every week.
Yeah.
Every week.
So I don't know how certain people do where they're doing it 3 times a week
Yeah.
for hours.
Ooh.
So I'm not ready for that. Like no
Those-
one can get me into one of those deals.
I think that's where you like it's incredibly useful to have like a team maybe or something because like that's when like Patreons and shit. I need to fund this.
I need
please
like
help.
a team of 5 people
Or
to
something
let
like
this run. You
Yeah,
know,
something
plus
like that.
when you have jobs outside of this, it's like you're trying to just have it,
For real.
make sense and make sure you're making the time for the podcast.
So far, I mean, I knowing that the 100th episode was coming up anyway. I had just a couple of questions for you. Can we kind of go into those or
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question,
All right.
Geraldo?
So I wanted to know, what do you think was the easiest part before going into it, before going into this, and what you found out is the easiest doing it?
When I thought about doing a podcast, I was like, well, me and you we'll catch ourselves talking for like 30, 40 minutes about something.
Randomly, yeah.
So I was like, this should be pretty easy to talk about.
Okay.
But when you get into it, you're
Yeah.
like, you got to be mindful of your voice.
Mhm.
Now you're going on YouTube, you got to be mindful of what you're wearing. If you put makeup on, you don't want to
Yeah.
look like shit.
True.
So, I mean, the easiest part for me is probably setting up because I ain't got to do much. I got a roadie to do it. I don't set up.
Hi, I'm Rody.
But I've been wanting to do it for so many years, and I was just like, man, like I knew you always were busy, but to have somebody with me that's just very consistent, like, okay, we gotta do it. Okay, what are we talking about? And a lot of stuff do fall on me when it comes to like, what are we gonna talk about?
Yeah.
Like you definitely were like, this is your pod, so you have to come up with what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So some months, some weeks are pretty easy, and there are times where I'm like, a couple hours before we have to film, and I'm like, I'm not sure. Just roll with me, just catch it when I throw it,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade this experience. I feel like it's gonna lead me to other things, other paths, and it's getting me ready to be able to be on camera, public speaking,
Yeah.
listening to my voice, because I was someone, I don't know if this is anybody else, whether you were in school or anything like that,
Yeah.
where you had to listen back to your voice and you're like, ooh, I sound like a man. I don't know if I don't want to listen to this. Because the first couple weeks we started 2 years ago, because this month will make 2 years for us, I didn't want to hear my voice.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to be a good podcaster. I knew I had to edit and listen back.
Yeah.
And I'm harder on myself. So I'm like, oh, I don't like that. We got to do it over. Oh, no, I don't like that. So now I'm like, okay, a bitch sound a little sensual. Sensual. I sound a little sensual. So somebody want to listen to it. I got people who listen every week. So I'm excited. Like, I'm truly blessed. Right now, audio-wise, we have about 3,200 people that listen all around the world.
That's crazy.
And I'm so blessed to all those people who listen, because I'm not nobody. I ain't shit. So for you guys to listen to me every week, watch me on YouTube, like, I'm truly blessed, because there's people who are like, no, I fuck with him. Like, you might not always agree with what I say or what you say, but that sounds like some dumbass shit. But you guys fucking listen, y'all rock with me, y'all ain't been harsh on me. And I have nothing but continuous listeners. I never lost a listener. It's just gaining.
Yeah.
From at least on my analytics on my side,
Yeah.
it's just nothing but up.
Yeah, and that's
Maybe
been
slow, fast, but
that's been a nice thing to watch happen. I've been a part of many different projects that have like gone and done like some crazy numbers on different types of things and all that shit in different fields of my life. I've created my own stuff. I'm plenty in different many occasions, so I'm used to like doing creative things. This venture has been very fun for me on the opposite side because of the fact that I get to watch you grow in the realm you've wanted to try to get into, and that's been very rewarding on my end. There's a lot of like thinking back on like past episodes or like past like audio episodes for that
rough.
matter, and you.
I don't even want to listen to the intro. I would never listen to you from 2 years ago. Ooh. I can't believe it's been 2 years. Like the end of this month will be 2 years, so that's amazing. But like, if somebody's like, "Go listen to your second episode," I'm like, "No,
no, I don't think you can even pay me to do that." Right?
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Because then you can see how tense you might be. And then when I look back at it, now that we're doing YouTube and we almost been a year on YouTube this month, it's like I could have really been relaxing.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, because I was just like, I want to give quality work. I want to give quality work. I want people to come back and listen.
Yeah.
And I was very like,
conscious about it.
Yeah,
very self-conscious.
Yeah, about it. So we had many a days where we did stuff 5-6 times.
I was just about to say that. I was like, a quick behind the scenes, like which episode would be the one you feel you worked the hardest for?
Oh my God, the one we worked the hardest on, and I think we can agree on this one, was the first year Halloween time that month.
Was it
when we did the serial killers?
Yep, serial killers.
And we did that one at least. It took us several hours, and we did it multiple times. And at one point, we thought we were getting it, and I sneezed, and I was trying to hold it in.
It was the funniest shit in the world, because at this point, it's strictly audio. We don't have any visuals, like you said, right? And we're sitting in like opposite sides of our room, so we can like fight the echo. We like our mics weren't noise canceling properly and shit.
We had regular podcast mics where, they came out, it was where you may have to hold it or not, like up to your mouth.
Yeah.
And
we were on like the fifth try, and it was going well. It was going well. But then a look came over your face.
Yeah, I looked at it was a look of dread. I was like, and I was like, hey, I can see like, you didn't do it, but it looked like you're like, bitch, hold it in.
I was like,
like shaking your head, like, oh, and I just seen you're like, at that point we just laughed like, this can't get any worse. Like,
you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
If I can listen back to any of that old audio, I was like, bitch.
Oh my God.
That was probably the worst, but we had multiple that first couple months.
Yeah.
And after a while, we did get better. Yeah. But I feel like I didn't get better until I started doing YouTube. And I was just like, girl, you could have made it so much easier on yourself because there's no one watching you but you.
Right now.
Yeah.
I think you tend to be your biggest critic, which is fine. I think that's good. It's honorable to be your biggest critic at times. But you also have to give yourself some grace. I mean, there are a lot of like podcasts out there. You know what I'm saying? There could be, but not everybody has one.
That's
true. You know what I'm saying? And so you're doing something.
I know even the first year people tend to not.
Yeah.
After the year, you have so many podcasts that end. Yeah. And I mean, the perk is that we're married and you live with me. So like, we gotta be consistent. I can only imagine having a friend or a sister or something like that, and your schedules don't match up.
Yeah. That's fair.
I do want to just thank you for always being consistent, because a part of me was like, he gets so busy that I don't know how consistent we're going to be, but I'm going to try my damnedest on my end.
Yeah.
And it was more like you pulling me like, come on, we got to do this. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to do it. But you need that little like, let's do this.
Yeah.
What made you say yes to doing the pod with me? Besides my good looks,
Oh, so besides that, okay.
Yeah. And my stunning personality.
Besides that too. Damn. What else was it? No, I'm kidding. It was knowing that you wanted to do something and it's something you've never done before. You're not really too into like taking the largest of risks. You'll take some if you need to, like if necessary, but like that's only if it's necessary. It's not out of leisure or just to try in a way. And I feel like that is the thing that made me go, I gotta be the thing that says like get up and go and do. Not to mention there was a year I got the chance to take off that where I was just like working on relearning some stuff and building my own stuff. Remember, a while ago, and you allowed me to do that. No work, no nothing. And if you could support me in that way for me to like relearn and do shit on my own for a while, um, and it led me into the career I'm in now, then I have no reason not to like help support your dreams in the midst of this. You know what I'm saying? And so like that truly mattered to me in making the decision to be as consistent and be like, I'm gonna hop on and do this with her. And ideally though, ideally
no.
my mindset was to be like Parks from like the Joe Budden podcast, like off to the side, not even on camera.
Oh, gotcha.
And you're handling your biz, and to make you more comfortable with being on camera, I was like, I gotta show face too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes if I do it and I'm not worried about it, it'll make her feel more comfortable and she doesn't have to worry about it. And it just went from there. It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun. I look back at old videos again because we've been on YouTube for a year now, and I'm just starting to get the YouTube thing going. So subscribe, at Ideally Though Pod. But
shouts to the new guys.
I'm just so happy that people in the last week we've gotten more subscribers. I'm really low, but I don't care. Like that's my next goal and focus on the pod. It's just growing the YouTube channel. I know the audio people got me though. I have no worries, but everyone across the world, like I can't even say, in my country. No, there's people in South America. There's people in Africa. There's people all over Europe. Russia, Australia. Like people fuck with us,
and that's pretty cool. It's I can always say this to you: time is your most valuable currency. So the fact that these people are spending it with us, an hour of their day. You'll never get that hour back.
Yeah,
and I'm thankful for that.
I'm really thankful because there's people who don't know me.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, okay, I'll fuck with them, what they talking about. Even if it's like you could be from a different country and you're just wondering about two black people who live in America, what their daily lives are.
Or if we just make you laugh and you think we're goofy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or we're stupid. Like, let me see what ignorant shit they gonna say out their mouth this week.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah. I'm okay. I knew with this, I remember coming to you with an idea the first time around. And it's because I was trying to pull you in. And I was like, let's do it about black gamers. And I was like, I don't know how I would talk to that.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I have no idea what that would be.
Because you're such a gamer. So I was like, I wanted to pull you in. I was like, I know truly that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I know I'm somebody who watches TV. I'm all in the shade room.
Yeah.
I know things about politics, not crazy much, but I can give my opinion.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I can relate to a lot of people, and I hope I can bring something to the table. So I was like, next time I came around, I think it was like 6 months later, I was like, I really want to do a pod.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is it going to be about? Everything. I don't know. Like everything.
Yeah.
Social media, movies, music, because that's what I care about.
Yeah.
That's my genre.
And it was nice and a bit more refreshing to know that you had finally sat down and hammered out your own actual idea and not just try to attach yourself to something else like that.
Yeah.
And hashing it out has been very successful indeed. And it's been again nice to like see you grow and really like spread your wings, do different things, test out, learn patience because this has been. Woo, it's been rough.
I remember when we uploaded our first video to YouTube.
Man.
And that took like 2 days.
Yeah, it was like a 2-day upload.
Yeah, and I was like, guys, this ain't gonna work. I don't know if we should do this.
Yeah.
It was really like that. I was like, I don't think
there was like a 2-day depression you had. It was wild.
Yeah. It was like maybe I should just stay doing audio because like this seems like a lot, and I didn't think it was gonna be this. I see people upload every day, but they don't never tell you about the hard shit and how many gigabytes
you just like
shit that goes into So like people think you sit down and talk and you can just talk forever, and it's like that's not always the case. Do you have enough memory for things?
Mm-hmm.
Can you upload that big file? Like it's a lot that goes into it. So you know, it was learning a lot about that, getting frustrated a lot.
Yeah, and working through the frustration is into brilliance. That's the fun part, I think. That's always been the fun part. Fun part for me. And when it comes to like, just overcoming things that are challenging. When you are in that midst of like, I don't know if I should, almost imposter syndrome, things are going wrong, like putting your head down and just hammering it out and working it out, and then it succeeds.
I think having positivity all around, because if I'm negative, you're negative, then I'm most likely gonna be like, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's true, and you can't be negative on your own idea.
Yeah. I was always trying to push to make sure every week I pulled out an episode.
Yeah.
I think we've only missed two.
It's
weeks,
not missed,
and it's not really missed.
Those were went black. You deserve at least all shows at least go black a week, 1 week out of the year. They do go black at least once.
I remember being sick, sore throat. I thought I had COVID.
Yeah.
Went to the doctor the night before. In the middle of the night, they said, no, you don't have COVID. I'm like, I never get the good shit. And then being like, I can't be on camera. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
I can do audio.
Yeah.
I at least did that because I was like, you know what? I'm so fresh on YouTube. Like, I felt like they weren't going to miss me on YouTube, but I wanted to make sure those people who listen podcast audio wise, they, you know, I had to.
You still got to feed them. Still got to feed them. It's honorable to do that in the first place. Everybody has a week to go black, and that was one you chose. No, I can't miss it out, you know. And again, it just goes to show how much you want to put towards the thing you are creating, the thing you're trying to build, your brand, and your name, you know. And that's what keeps me along for the ride. As long as you continue to prove that you want to do the thing, I'll help you do the thing, because like I've got all the skill set in the world to do the thing.
What would you say is like been a couple of your favorite episodes?
Damn it. That was my next question to you.
Well, great minds think alike.
Honestly. Okay. I would have to say some of the more recent ones have been some of my more favorites. Like we've had fun a lot within the last, I'd say, 8 months of like the podcast.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of growing, but I feel like those have been fun. If I had to nail them down, I'd probably say the Am I the Asshole? I like those.
Okay.
When we read off Am I the Asshole? Those were fun. I do like some of the like ghost stuff we went through, the supernatural stuff we did. I think that was about a year or so ago in October we did that episode.
I did like that, the haunting
places. The haunted places one, that was fun. Because you know me and haunted places.
Yeah.
And, but honestly, a more recent one for us that I had a good time talking about and just like really vibing on was the OVHO, the Drake versus Kendrick.
Yeah, a lot of people listen in on those pods.
That was fun.
Because you know they want to know what our opinions about the beef was.
Yeah.
And I wish I had a little bit more time now. I look back on it because then I could contribute more to. Because now I'm like re-listening to reviews on the music, and I re-listen to the music. I'm like, man, I could have said a whole bunch of shit about this. You know.
What about you? What are some of your favorites?
I love playing the games. Like when we first went into YouTube, our first episode was Smash or Pass.
Oh, that was a good one. Damn it. I forgot about that one. That's right.
That was good because I think I was getting a lot of flack for the people I was giving you.
Yeah, because you gave me some shit. And I was hitting you with bangers and stuff. You was giving me Z celebrities.
I liked when we did
there's been many.
Yeah, there's been a lot. It's a lot of the games. So the Halloween trivia.
Yeah.
We
did
Halloween trivia. I'm hoping we can do that next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot that was fun. We should do that. We should do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had to eat the peeps and stuff. And I like dressing up for Halloween, so I can't wait for you guys to see our costumes for this year.
Yeah.
But I like doing that. I like being on camera with like our Velma and you. What?
I hated the peeps.
Oh, the
I'm
peeps.
thinking the peeps.
I thought you were thinking about the costumes. I'm like,
oh, the Velma everything was great.
Yeah.
No.
I said, you hated dressing up.
No, I hated you made me peeps, and you know I hate marshmallows.
Yeah.
You're diabolical.
We had some good. I've enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it. So I'm just trying to come up with bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Next week is going to be our third season, so we're going right into our third season.
That is correct.
Next week. And again, hopefully you guys are going to start just seeing, things progress. We're getting way more comfortable with, sitting and talking with you guys, because it's not just us talking to each other. It is us talking to you guys as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. What do you think your plan is for this next season, as far as mindset in going into improvement? What are you personally going to improve? I'll tell you what I'm going to improve. I'll tell you what I'm going to improve.
Go ahead.
I'm looking to improve overall production quality.
Gotcha.
And I'm adding some graphics, I'm adding some changes. Gotcha. Things are going to change and be a little more not formulaic, but feel a little more, I'll say, tenured to. Okay. You're gonna feel like you've been here before and you've been doing it for a while.
I like that. I just want to. It's kind of being a new kid on the block and just trying to fit in. That's always me. That's why I'm always like so hard on myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, look at these great productions, look at these great podcasts, and I'm just trying to ease in. But you have to go through the struggle, or you're not gonna be grateful for what you accomplished. Facts. So I'm hoping in the future. I really would love to be on other people's podcasts. I think that's one of my kind of goals for season 3.
Okay.
Is getting on someone else's podcast, getting more people,
getting more guests.
Yeah.
Okay, more guests.
Yeah, more guests. Just quality as well. Again, like I've told you, I'm working more on the YouTube aspect of it.
Yeah.
But still trying to always make sure that I
want you to bring some more challenging topics to the table.
I guess. Let's see what my brain can.
Yeah, I want you to
come up with.
I want you to make me think about something.
I thought you think I made you think about the flat earther shit when we was talking.
That was fun. That's another good episode.
That was a good episode.
We have so many. Watch them all. Yeah. Watch them all.
I love us talking about TV like that, because that's my jam.
That's true.
Has anybody watched the Chimp Crazy show on HBO Max?
What a segue.
I'm just saying, like, that late. Okay, so this is the director that comes from Tiger King.
Yes, yeah.
He's the one who brought us Tiger King.
Chimp Crazy is made by the same director, right?
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
So with him, he's like, listen, the animal people know about me, and basically I'm taking the animals way because I'm doing these documentaries. So he ends up getting like a fake director to kind of take his place, and he goes and dives into the chimpanzee world.
Yeah, he's been basically blacklisted from that entire community.
Yeah.
And they gave him the kibosh, basically, right? And so with this proxy director, he's following this crazy chimpanzee story.
Yeah. She calls herself the Dolly Parton of chimpanzee world.
Yes.
She started working for this known chimp breeder lady. Mm-hmm. And now it's just all this like lawsuit stuff, and PETA got involved because they're housing chimps, but it's not humane.
Yes.
You can't not have all these animals and it look like they all live in a house. You need to have some kind of reservation or whatever for these animals. Yeah. And we've all heard about chimpanzee attacks, like ripping your face off. If y'all seen Nope, then you kind of understand. You can deep dive into that real true life story.
Yes.
Which they talk about on Chimp Crazy.
Yes.
Multiple stories they talk about.
There's a couple of different, but that's what surprises me, to be as deep into like the 20th century, 21st and all that shit century that we're in. Why are there still chimpanzee attacks? Like,
yo, who allows this? Because
shit?
There's be those small towns in the Midwest, like Missouri, where they can just house it. No one's gonna ask you because their motto is to mind your business.
Yeah.
You know, but people are getting attacked. They're treating these animals bad, and then wonder why
it rips your face off.
Yeah. They want to get out, because what you do is you change their environment, change their routine. They're used to going outside, playing, interacting with people. And then you just start locking them up. Yeah. Putting little collars around their neck. Yeah. And then wonder why all of a sudden when they accidentally get let out.
What I'm noticing from a lot of these different shows, we're talking like both Tiger King and Chimp Crazy, is that these individuals who are like really into the exotic animal type of things also have really huge attachment issues.
Yeah, they love the animals more than they love humans.
Yeah. or like they were hurt so badly by something, a loss of a human, or hurt by a human. Like for instance, one of the chimp stories on there, one of the ladies lost her husband, and she started dressing him in the dead husband's clothes.
Yeah, it was really sick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you start to see like, oh, that's why you're doing it. It's an attachment issue thing. It's real gross, yo.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we follow Tonka. He's a famous chimp. He's been on a lot of different things.
Yeah. I guess as famous as Bubbles, Michael Jackson's Bucky. Like, they go hand in hand together.
And Peter's not liking it. Peter's like, listen, you guys got like 8 chimps. We need them because they need to be at a place where they can really be taken care of. Yeah. And the lady takes the most famous chimp, and she says that the chimp died.
Congestive heart failure.
Yeah. And she was crying, but then it's so funny because, they were like, we're going to take a break. And she's like, asshole. And they're like, your mic is still on. Like,
yeah.
These people are nuts.
During the court hearing.
All animal people, though, like that are very eccentric. Yeah. Like,
that's what I was getting at.
They look a little like.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
Yeah, she was like, she had the fake wigs that she got from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Even like Tiger King, he's like
very
making the music videos like a weirdo. Like, they're very
weird, different. They're a different like set of people, just different breed of people.
Yeah.
You really kind of come to understand their psychology as you watch those types of shows. I'm just noticing like those people are really weird. Like you can be an animal lover, but then this goes way too far.
Remember that one story on there where they talked about the lady who was breastfeeding the chimp?
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, we're going too far now.
Yeah, the husband had the other boob too.
Did he?
Yes, it said that in the show. No. This show is crazy.
It's real crazy. And I'm just like, where do you find these people? This is like a hidden community, but if you know, you kind of the people who got them.
Yeah.
So having that proxy guy was good because they felt comfortable because he was part of that world. He worked at like in the circus and stuff. He was with the carny folk. Yeah. And so they were like,
animals in Chicago.
Yeah, they're like, we know you. You're cool. But what kind of got me is that when she kept lying, which you can go to jail for, she kept lying saying the chimp died, and they're like, we don't believe you. On camera, she was like, oh yeah, he's downstairs. Oh yeah, I gotta go get him some food. She was feeding him McDonald's, and then wonder why he has congestive heart failure. And then I was like, wait. So you're doing this on camera, girl? What if you get caught? Because at some point they're gonna feel like there's an obligation to the chimp. And they don't want to get in trouble. So I was just like, how are you feeling this comfortable?
Right.
A part of me is like, did you take volumes? Did you drink? Drinking? Like, what's going on? Why do you feel comfortable?
I think it's a bit of narcissism where they want the attention. They like the attention.
It's gonna come out at some point in time. Like,
right.
And then she was like, well, I think I might have to kill the chimp. And I'm like, it's going to be on camera. You're still going to get in trouble no matter what.
Don't say that. Don't do these things.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
When you talk about doing something like that, I'm like...
After already saying that he was dead.
Yeah.
Firstly, it's...
But we got like one more episode because it's like a 6-part, series, limited series.
Yeah, we will give a full-blown review with names, details, all the shebang once that last episode comes out. Yeah.
You know what I saw earlier this week? Okay, they bring out the new season of Dancing with the Stars. Huh. So we got Dwight Howard, who's going to be on there.
Okay.
Phaedra Parks from The Real Housewives.
I love Phaedra.
And Reginald Vale Johnson, Carl Winslow from Family Matters.
That's awesome.
You going to be able to do this?
That's awesome.
I'm excited. Just off of them 3 alone. They have, of course, more, but like them 3 alone, the people I know. I'm like, I want to see.
Like, care about.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to see Reginald Vale Johnson. Vale. You got to say his whole name because that's
Reginald Vale.
So I'm excited. I'm like, I've heard it's very hard. So I'm like, you going to be okay with your knees and all that?
He should be fine.
I love him. You know what?
You watch him do that all-day marathon workout. He'll be fine.
He ain't doing that. You know what I love about his story is that he talked about how he had done little small things. And I think he was at the end, like he was in his 30s, late 30s, early 40s, something like that. And he was auditioning for Die Hard. And he was like telling his mom, if I don't get this, I'm done. And he got it.
Yeah,
and he was like, it's never too late. And I love hearing those stories.
Yeah.
Like the Clint Eastwoods, the Reginald Vale Johnsons.
Samuel Jacksons.
Well, I guess so. I would say, yeah, I guess so. But I've seen him when he was younger.
Yeah, but those were the small roles that nobody cared about.
I just love seeing those people where, it don't matter what age.
Never.
You can pop off. You could be doing it for a long time, but then pop off
All
in
right,
your
I'll
40s,
give you one better.
50s.
Giancarlo, what is it, Esposito or whatever. The dude, yeah.
I mean, he was around for a long time. I guess the pop off, yeah. I guess like now they're really giving him his flowers. They're really giving him his flowers now.
Yeah.
But acting is so hard. Like I want to act, but I want to be my main income if I can't make that amount of money because that's stressful. Having to find out how you're going to pay for things.
Yeah.
Because this is really what you want to do, and this is supposed to be your sole income.
Yeah.
And learning so much from the strike, I was like, this is disgusting.
I think it comes down to something like this. There are careers and jobs that make the practical world go round, and there are careers and jobs that make the cultural world go round. And the cultural world kind of has a lot more sacrifice monetarily.
Yeah.
But the making the world go round jobs, that comes with the sacrifice of time because we don't ever see any of these people who make sure any of our electrical grids and types of shit stand up, or the people who have to climb windmills to make sure they're running, or anybody who's under the sea making sure our internet works all the time. We don't see them. You know what I mean? So whatever you're choosing to go for, no matter what you do, you'll find solace in knowing it'll pay eventually. And what you're doing matters. In one way, shape, or form, it's going to make the world go round.
And I'm somebody who I always know faces. So no part is a small part to me.
Yeah.
So seeing like, oh, this person was playing a teacher on this and they only got, I'm like, seeing them like throughout their career, I'm like, I know that person. She played on a lot of stuff. Those are the people who, they don't get as much recognition, but I see them.
Yeah.
I see you guys.
But, they also, I'm sure, as they work on things, they are happy where they are in their lives because they're able to do the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As long as you're doing the thing, it doesn't really matter. You'll find your happiness in that. And the money.
Well, and that's why I have this love-hate relationship with Tyler Perry, because sometimes, especially our black actors, our jewels that, they played a lot of roles, opened a lot of doors for people. I love that he gave them flowers and allowed them to continue to act. Example would be Sandra's husband from The Cosby Show, when we kind of saw him at, I don't know if it was Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
And he was fine with it. He knew it was honest work, but you're an actor.
Yeah.
To all of us. So I love that he was like, no, you come back over here. Cicely Tyson's another one.
Yeah, of course.
And paying them what they deserve. These people have been working for a long time, but for some people who don't pay attention, they're like, didn't you just only play in this? No, I've been working since 1979. I've been out here. A SAG-AFTRA card for this long.
Yeah. I didn't. I had SAG-AFTRA before there was SAG-AFTRA.
Right. So that's my love-hate relationship with Tyler Perry, because quality can be better on his movies, but like him actually bringing in those actors who maybe haven't acted in a long time, we haven't seen for a while, paying them what they deserve.
Yeah. Why not put these actors who you're paying so much a grander salary to do work into higher quality films so they look good in them?
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense to me. So they look good and their lines are delivered the right way. I just have my own.
I think also making everybody still audition, because there are people who don't have to audition, because you're like, I want this person for this position. But, we get the Steven Seagals and the Chuck Norrises that don't really act that well. And they don't care, because I can get a movie because I'm Steven Seagal. And it's like, well, you suck.
Yeah, you've only sat in 90% of your movies in the last 10 years.
Like with your ponytail, and it's like, no, let's get somebody else who's like actually been really working hard, and they would love a break.
Yeah.
So I think making everyone still audition for the most part,
I think it's a
is important. Yeah,
I would hire people who are good at the job I need them for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're gonna be good at the audition, then you can get the fucking character if you're good.
If you had to play in a movie, who would you think you would love to be mentored by? Like, if you were playing in this big production and the main character is like one of these great actors, who would you be like,
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. It sounds pretty cliche.
No, he's the best we have.
Not to me.
Name another male genuinely speaking, who has the range like that man has, that can do the gladiators, that can do the glories, that can do all those things, and has the mainstream, like, white people love him. The world loves him. Everybody knows who Denzel is.
Samuel L. Jackson. Boom.
Cool.
Samuel L. Jackson. You ain't never seen Denzel wear a wig.
You don't.
What's his name will be in Star Wars wearing a long blonde wig. He will be on Pulp Fiction with the Jerry curl. He has range. He has range. He works with Quentin Tarantino all the time. I like that though. So that's for. I think a lot of people would choose it. That's why I was wondering if you would have gave me somebody
Samuel
else.
L. Jackson does movies, and I think Denzel does cinema.
I don't think
and I
so.
think that's
Absolutely
why our
not.
differences. I think that's what the differences are, because you know how Martin Scorsese does the, hey, those are great movies. The Marvel movies are, but they're not cinema.
I honestly
think. I mean, go ahead.
I'm gonna say I honestly think that Samuel Jackson has put more quality movies out than Denzel. Just gonna put it out there.
Sure.
I just think he's put out more quality.
I mean,
but everybody loves Denzel. I just thought for you, I just thought you would be a little bit like, you always tend to go out a little bit out the box. I was like, okay, Denzel, but Denzel is great. I would too if I had the chance. I would, But I was thinking to myself maybe more of a Samuel Jackson.
You can think of multiple serious movies that Denzel has made that are like genuinely serious, that are like up for shit, and then go to like Samuel's, and I don't think you can think of many serious ones that are up for shit.
I think they don't give him enough chances. I think he looked at.
I think that's the point. That's where I'm getting to. The movies versus cinema thing is that, like, if I'm gonna go, if I need an award, and if I need multiple jobs, but if I need an award.
But is it fair that y'all only give awards to who y'all like this particular person?
Nobody said anything about the life being fair or any of that.
Yeah, it's not.
You are absolutely true. That stands. With the unfairness, I'm gonna get that award because I look at Training Day and I go, there's no other person who can top Lorenzo. There's nobody who could have played Lorenzo.
You don't think that Samuel Jackson could have played Lorenzo?
Not even close.
I think so. He has already given us I absolutely think so.
No way.
I think multiple people can replace Denzel.
You're looking at. I
love Denzel though.
You're looking at Training Day versus Lakeview Terrace. Which one's more scary? No,
don't even do that.
Which one's more scary?
Don't do Lakeview Terrace. Well, I'm not gonna get into it with you, okay? Because you're pissing me off.
You're pissing me off.
Well, no, if it was me, I would pick Samuel Jackson because I think I need a little bit of a harder tongue on me, and I think Denzel would be like that too. Nigga. I love you, Samuel. But someone who, he's like, I work. Samuel's like, I work.
I respect that.
And he went to school for it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't know. I think Denzel will be someone that I would also be like, oh man, to get mentored by Denzel Washington, like amazing. People who've been in and really respect the craft and they're old school with it. Mm-hmm. I respect them too. I would definitely. The Will Smiths as well. Will Smith doesn't have as crazy range as the other two to me, but he's been in the game so long that you gotta respect what he'll say to you.
Yeah, you can respect exactly what he has to say, and if you're going up for a certain role, maybe he's the man to go to for that. You know,
he takes everything very seriously. He can be doing a comedy or something, but he takes every role he does serious. When he did Ali, I said that man right there, he's taking it serious. Mm-hmm. He's changing his eating habits. He's talking to Muhammad Ali. He's figuring. So I was like, okay, Will Smith is somebody to really. He's a heavy hitter.
Yeah, I imagine if I had to put them in a list, I gotta say Zell. It's Denzel first.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Sam. In all honesty, I'll say Sam.
He needs the Oscar.
And then I will say Will Smith. In my eyes, but we need more of those. Mm-hmm. We need more of those. We need like the women lineup too.
We just need to give them chances.
Exactly.
Because if we keep giving the same people the jobs, it can be discouraging, and we're never going to get the next whatever. Because some people have range and some people don't. Example, like you said, Denzel can play all these roles. Will Smith technically can't do all that. And if you're only like him or him, it's like there's other people out there who can follow behind Denzel Washington.
We've seen them try too, and it sucks that they don't work out.
He put himself in a box, so.
Yeah, you put yourself in the box. That's true, and I think that's why I can respect Samuel and Denzel so much.
Yeah, Sam can be a crackhead, then he can be a police officer. He can have a lifesaver, then he can have a Jericho with a cigarette in his mouth and have a gun.
Yeah, and I like that I can go from like American Gangster, Frank Lucas, I'll shoot you dead in the street type movie to John Q. I will, do whatever I need to do for my son. You know what I mean?
Was a good movie too.
That movie, I can't watch it
I
to this
said quality,
day.
and then you said John Q, and I was like, "Did you put your foot in your mouth?" I'm only thinking about or when he first started. Some of those movies were kind of trash.
That's what I'm saying. Those ones I remember, like
Preacher's Wife and stuff, which I do like Preacher's Wife, but people wouldn't say that was a really good movie.
No.
But with me, I find some of them movies really good, but they would say those aren't good. But then when you said John Q,
that's unmistakable. And now that if you look at it, think about it with kids,
yeah, I'm like, God damn it,
masterpiece.
And then Man on Fire and shit.
Oh, Pika, run! I love that shit, bro.
So I feel you on that one. Like Denzel would scare me though. Being on side, like, yes sir. Like yeah. But you know what I found?
Washington.
I found him pretty human when he was talking about. He's like, I like Cardi B, and I said, yes, you like the ghetto rap? Yeah, okay. Then we gonna be cool. You know.
There is I go back to this video constantly. It's him and Jamie Foxx on the couch talking to one another. Get your hands off me.
He's doing this now. Get your hands off me.
It just makes you go, no, you'd be cool to hang out with.
Jamie Foxx is another one. Who can play Ray?
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Who can play Ray? Come on now.
Okay. Here's one. Is Jamie over Will? Because I think he is. I think he's over Will in that list.
Can you throw out some movies with Jamie Foxx so then maybe I could think about it?
Okay, I'm gonna say Collateral.
Okay.
Oh, have you not seen Collateral?
No, only bits and pieces. So I can't even. We can't even talk about it now. He has range because he does have. I would say Jamie because Will Smith couldn't play Ray. He couldn't be a blind. I'm just throwing Ray out there.
I think him and Ray and Ali are like neck and neck.
But honestly, I'd rather watch Ray. I'm just putting
I'd much rather watch Ray too.
I'd rather watch Ray.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, because I've only watched Ali like once or twice. And I was like, it's not bad.
God, what is that?
Yeah, I was like, it's not bad.
It's not bad, but
just
I don't need it again.
Something about, and then they had my favorite girl, Regina King, in it too. It was just a really good movie. So I was like, I fuck with Ray. I don't know about anybody else. Which y'all fuck with, Ali or Ray more?
Or who's above, Jamie or Will? Because I want to know now. Like,
they're in their respectable
I'm going to
spaces.
say Jamie and then Will. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with the slap or anything.
I think that to be known. Late, his movies have been
womp womp. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new Bad Boy, but I'm pretty sure that's good.
I've heard good things about it, so I would like to see it. But as of late, the movies have been kind of womp.
And he can't do accents.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If he was gonna maybe go back to school and learn a little accents, like Jamie Foxx actually looks at when he did the movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, Just Mercy?
Yeah. He said he really kind of paid attention. Like I was giving a little Southern slang, but a little bit of some Midwest. He really paid attention to the region he was in that prison. He really took the anger from this is how the police officer's going to treat you. And he really paid attention to that. And unfortunately, Will Smith can't do accents.
We learned that just making the list more concrete as we talk about it.
And I don't think he a clone. and can Will Smith play? Can he do? They clone Tyrone. He can't do it.
You know what? You're right. He can't play no pimp. You're right.
Sam can play a pimp, and then we seen Denzel Washington basically play. He was a drug dealer.
So that was Frank Lucas.
Yeah, so that was teetering that.
Yeah, he was. He can play a bad man.
Can we see Will Smith play a drug dealer?
I mean, Lorenzo was still a bad. No, we can't.
Yeah,
I've never. Can he play a bad guy?
I think he maybe one day we'll see it.
That's what I want.
We haven't seen it.
A challenge open to you, sir.
He's always a cop, a detective.
Play a bad guy.
Yeah, that would be good.
I want to see him play a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Take that slap to another level.
Yeah. Fuck you. You guys, thank you guys so much for rocking with us. 100 episodes. Woo-hoo! This is for you guys. We're just gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
Any last words of wisdom before we head out for the weekend?
Thank you guys again. I know we've said it a lot this this podcast and this episode, but I mean it. Every listen matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Remember, you guys, like as usual, we drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, anything you guys listen to. I've seen some crazy ones.
Click the links below.
We're also on YouTube on Sundays.
Yep.
At Ideally Though Pod. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button.
Share them shits.
And we're going to catch you guys next week. Bye.
Here.